Hey guys, so for today's video I created two more looks with the Oden's Eye and Angelica Trick or Treat palette that just launched. I'm actually filming this video the day before launch, so I hope by this point maybe you were able to get what you wanted from this collection. I posted a video last week all about this collection. I did swatches and one eye look with each palette, so one with Trick or Treat and one with Little Ghost, so I just wanted to use this palette again. I love the colors in here, so if you want to see how I did these two looks, go ahead and keep on watching. So I was swatching some shadows last night, and I definitely want to put this shade all over my lid today. I want to use these kind of purpley maroon colors, and I'm thinking a pop of gold. This is going to be another pretty dramatic look, so let's get started. I'm going to start with the BK Beauty E01 in the shade Cemetery. I have this shade on the tip of my brush, and I'm going to pack this in my crease. Ooh, I love this color. It goes with my hair and my shirt today. It's a little bit more cool tone than I thought it would be. A little more mauve-y on the eyes and less maroon, but this is really pretty. And once I have less product on my brush, I'm going to start to blend out this harsh line. Now I'm going to take the shade Wicked on the same brush, and I'm taking a little bit more of that right below my brow to soften out this purpley shade even more. This is kind of similar to how I use Bare from my eyeshadow palette with Sigma, just kind of using it to lighten and blend out the edges. I'm really liking the shape I have in my crease right now, so I'm going to deepen up just right in my crease with more of the Cemetery shade. And something I've been doing recently is really trying to relax my face when I'm doing my makeup to see where my eye and my eyeshadow are gonna sit. It's so natural for me to want to raise my brow when I'm doing my eyeshadow, but like, I don't walk around like this all day, you know? So this is like the biggest tip I have for people with hooded eyes or slightly hooded eyes like I do, because part of my eyelid does get covered by all this extra skin in the hood. I'm going to take this tiny little blending brush. This is the BK Beauty A504 in the shade Vampire Fangs. Did you guys hear about BK Beauty's new collaboration with Angie Hot and Flashy again? I'm really excited to see what it is because a lot of the brushes I use are from their collab and they're so stinking good. I love these shapes. So again, I'm taking that shade on the tip of this brush and I'm just going to run it through my like direct crease right here. So again, I'm really relaxing my face. Oh, I love this color combo. Yeah, so I'm really looking straight into a mirror. I'm actually a little higher than my mirror just because I'm filming. Now I'm just getting all the pigment off this brush with my Sigma switch. I'm gonna start to blend a little bit higher to soften out this shade. Now I'm going to take my finger with the shade Trick or Treat. I actually have one finger that my press-on nail fell off of, so I'm going to take advantage of that and use this finger without a nail. And the shade's going to go all over my lid. Oh my gosh. It looks exactly like it does in the pan. I'm using my non-dominant hand right now, and this feels really weird for me. Fun fact, I'm actually left-handed. A lot of people are shocked when they hear that. I'm using my right hand right now and this just feels really funny to me. Definitely did get some fallout with that shade, but not a big deal. It's easy to wipe off. Now I'm gonna go back to that first brush I started with and just lightly press that shade upwards into my crease to kind of blend it out. This shade is so sparkly. I don't think I own any eyeshadow this color. Now I'm picking up a little more Vampire Fangs and I'm gonna use that to deepen up the outer part of my lid, bring it into my outer crease. I am super happy with how this is looking. I think I want to play with that yellow shade today as well, so I'm going to go do my under eye concealer and everything, and then I'll be right back and we'll do the lower lash line. Now for the lower lash line, I'm going to go back to that BK Beauty A504 in the shade Cemetery, and I'm just going to blend that along my entire lower lash line. And I am blending this pretty far down, and as always, I'm connecting it to my outer crease right out here. I'm also going to take more of that deepest shade Vampire Fangs and run that along the outer part of my lower lash line. I always like the outer part of my eye to be deeper than the inner part. I went ahead and cleaned off this brush again, and now just like I did on the upper lid, I'm going to pick up Wicked, and I'm going to use that to soften out the edges. And again, I'm looking straight into my mirror with my face relaxed, making a really nice rounded shape around my eye. Okay, so if you like how this looks, you definitely don't have to add the gold, but I just want to play with another shade, especially another shimmery shade. So I'm going to take a Singe Beauty E01, which is Angelica's brush brand, in the shade Full Moon. And I did spray this brush with a little setting spray. Okay, I have high hopes for this shade right on the inner lid. Oh, I'm so glad I did this. I think I'm gonna bring it all the way into my inner corner. I'll probably add another shade on top of this just to brighten it up, especially in my inner corner because I like this to be really light. But this yellow is so gorgeous. This is kind of looking like a sunset eye to me, but like a fall version of a sunset eye. On that same brush, I'm gonna take a little bit of Mummy's Curse. I'm taking that and just brightening up this very inner part of my inner corner. This is so pretty, oh my gosh. All right, I went ahead and popped on a little bit of liner, mascara, and lashes. So I just stamp a little bit of black eyeshadow along my top lash line to hide my lash band. And then on my waterline, I popped on this About Face liner in the shade Devil's Diary. It's like a really deep purple. I feel like it showed up a little bit, but I like the depth that it added. This lash is from my brand, The Bright Lashes. It's the style Lush. I really love how this look turned out. Like I said, it looks like a sunset eye, but just more of a fall version of it. I think it's so pretty. I love these berry tones, the pop of gold. All the shadows performed really well. That one shimmer shade had some fallout, but that's pretty normal. I really thought I was only going to do one look in this video, but I just had so much fun creating that look that I really want to create a second look for this video, so let's get started. I think for the second look, I want to use this little row of colors here, the orange, the red, and this gorgeous like burnt coppery orange. I'm so excited for that. I'm going to start with my lid color, so I'm going to take Deadly on my finger. So I'm starting with the lid for this look because I really just want to see what this shade looks like on its own and then kind of build from there. Ooh, so it is an orange, but it does like kind of shift a little coppery brown. I am building this shade up a few times. It's really, like it feels really thin. I feel like normally shimmer shades are kind of chunkier in a way, you know? Ooh, I never really put orange on my eyelid. I like this. Now I'm going to take more of that shade on a blending brush. This is a Sigma E27, and I'm just going to blend that in my crease to give me a nice shape for this shadow. So I really just use my finger to pack on that shadow, and now I'm using my brush to blend. I didn't think this shade had that brown base in it, but it's really pretty. Now on that same brush, I'm going to pick up Howl. So I'm going to add this matte shade to my crease. Ooh, I love a good mustardy yellow like this. It's such a pretty fall color. So just like with the other look, I'm trying my best to relax my face and blend in my crease. Make sure I can see the shadow when my face is relaxed. Now I do want a lighter shade to blend out these edges even more, but I'm going to go into my palette with Sigma and pick up the shade Bear. And I'm just using that to blend right below my brow to really soften out the edges. Now I want to add just a little bit more orange to this look, so I'm going to take a tiny bit of Jack-o'-lantern. I feel like the shade's going to be very pigmented, which is why I'm only taking a tiny bit. And I'm going to lightly stamp that kind of in my inner crease, but also kind of on top of the shimmery shade, just because I really want to pull out the oranginess, but still have that shimmer. I don't want this to look super matte. Now I'm going to take a small blending brush. This is a Sigma E42 in the shade Goblin. And I have a little bit of that shade on the tip of my brush, and I'm going to stamp that along the very outer part of my lid. Like I said earlier, I love a deeper outer corner. And again, I'm trying to keep my face relaxed. I'm going to slightly wing out this dark brown. I went ahead and did my under eye concealer, and now let's do the lower lash line. I'm going to go back to the matte orange on my Sigma E42, and I'm going to blend this along my entire lower lash line. I'm really loving this orange shade because it's like a true pumpkin orange. Just to give you a quick comparison, the orange in my palette Evermore is a little bit more of a burnt orange compared to Halloween. Can I get those both in the frame? There we go, you can see the difference there. So I'm just having a fun time playing with this orange since it's different than the one in my palette. Now I'm going to take a small smudge brush in the shade Goblin, and I'm going to stamp this along the outer part of my lower lash line. Now I'm taking a little bit of that mustardy shade Howl and kind of placing that right where the orange is meeting the brown. Now I'm going back to that E42 with the tiniest bit of Howl, and again I'm going to relax my face, and I'm just going to stick that brush like literally on the very outer part of my eye. Just kind of press that in. I'm not really moving it very much. Just because I really struggle with getting the outer part of my lower lash line to angle upwards, I feel like this kind of helps me find that spot. So here is what the shape of the eyeshadow is looking like. I'm super happy with that. I'm just loving these colors so far. All right, so I went ahead and finished up this eye. I added a little bit of this Wonderskin brown eyeliner. It's a super, super dark brown, and I just added it to the very outer part of my lower lash line. And then again, I just stamped some black eyeshadow along my top lash line, and my lash for this look is again from the Bright Lashes, and it's the style of Vivid. And this one is a half lash, so it's just sitting right here on the outer part of my eye. I really, really love how this eye turned out. I love the orange kind of copper with the brown and the mustard yellow. Like, this color combo is so pretty. I had so much fun at filming 2 more eye looks with this palette. Let me know which look you like best. Let me know if you want to see 2 more looks with the Little Ghost palette. I can totally do that for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.